half coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Space to run past the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Demetrius Harris, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. They'll try to run with Hunt, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there, taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Butker now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Whirling. 17.
From the gun, here's Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Chris Jones in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Had a nice move but couldn't free much space. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Gurley, after hitting pay dirt last week against San Francisco, it's now 10 straight games for him with at least 1 score, Charles.
We talked about him in preseason, and he was my choice then for MVP in the league, and I'm not backing off from it now. He runs it, catches it. All eyes on him in that offense, which opens things up for everyone else. Had 3 more touchdowns.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Justin Houston able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. This is fielded at the 27.
Whoosh.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Kansas City sitting at 6-1, and they got to 6-1 in very convincing fashion with that 35-point win over the then 4-2 Bengals, a team that they'd lost 4 straight to going into that Sunday night affair. But Kansas City's rolling. This is a potential Super Bowl team, right?
It certainly is, and this team went 5-0 last year, then lost 6 of their next 7. I don't think they're in danger of doing that. I know people look at their defense and think, that's the weak link. But remember, they have pass rushers. That's always big because you can slow down a team that way. They take the ball away from people. They've been opportunistic over the years. So I think that, like Atlanta a couple years ago going to the Super Bowl with a subpar defense, this team can do the same. And last year's Super Bowl was decided by a defensive play when the score was 38-33. You just need one in a big ball game, and Kansas City has the guys who can get it for them.
Mahomes going to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. 12. After the interception, here's Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Hey, you got 3, you got 180.
From the red zone now, Goff. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Got 20.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd. Gone. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
It's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And Zerline's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Mahomes now to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Still going. A gain of 32 that time.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody has that ability, they want them on their team.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is caught by Watkins for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Butker now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Pretty much the unquestioned #1 team in the NFL through the first 7 weeks of the season. Coming back onto the field here, that, of course, the L.A. Rams, Charles, 7-0. Blew away San Francisco last week, 39-10. It's their first 7-0 start since 1985.
And remember when they were worried about Aaron Donald and him coming to the team and when he would get really into shape and rounded and into form? Well, how about 4 sacks and a forced fumble against San Francisco? That's a career high for him in terms of sacks. But I know how people keep saying, well, when will they get tested? To me, they got tested this week by having the poise and the maturity to blow away San Francisco when they were obviously better than them and not have a letdown game. But they are home for Green Bay and then at New Orleans in the next couple of weeks. So if anyone has doubts, they get through these two, all doubts should be erased.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, gone. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 30 yards there. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
To throw is gone. Going up top for Kupp. That's going to be knocked Knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there. And now it's second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
5, cut, 180.
From the 50, it's gone. Going up top for Kupp. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 11. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Caught left side, Williams. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Well, Charles, pretty big piece of news around the NFL on Monday the 22nd. Dallas Cowboys all to talk about them needing a big-time target out wide. They went and got Amari Cooper.
The speculation was there. The discussion was there. But then late Monday, as you noted, it became real. The Cowboys decided they needed a WR1.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Samson Ebukam in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes escaping the pressure right. He is going to find Hill here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Throwing now is Mahomes. His throw incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's second down. Well, we got a second here. Let's take a peek around the league. What's coming up week 8? A couple big games as we near the halfway point of the season, Charles. I'm mainly looking at Philly and Jacksonville and London, and then New Orleans and Minnesota. That should be interesting.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Philly and Jacksonville, both teams struggling right now. The Eagles have already lost 4 games. They lost 3 all of last season. Both of those teams need a win in a big way. New Orleans at Minnesota, the Saints are on a heck of a roll right now. They've won 5 in a row, but the Vikings quietly have won 3 straight and seem to be getting their footing on defense again. And how about Green Bay? They had the week off this past week. Big win over San Francisco at home on a Monday night. They now head out to face the 7-0 Rams in Los Angeles. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that one. That is a big one indeed.
Aaron Rodgers, Todd Gurley, let's do this.
Going deep here for Watkins. And this is caught by Watkins. Touchdown, Kansas City. Sammy Watkins with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And it's 21-3. Butker now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Black 20. Let's go, 12, let's go.
Lights 59. Lights 59. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Not 180.
59. Check. 59.
To throw on second down is gone. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
180. 11.
From the gun on third down, Goff going up top for Cup. This is intercepted. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Z.
On 1st down, Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Ndamukong Suh coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9.
Z. Left.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Not that time for Watkins, and it's 3rd down. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
And that is incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
Salad. 180.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, we got a second here, Charles. Let's look back to some of those crazy finishes in Week 7 of the NFL last week. I mean, it seemed like every game had a wild finish.
It certainly did. Dallas, Washington, Brett Maher off the upright from 52 yards following a questionable penalty against his long snapper that moved the ball back 5 yards. How about Cleveland, Tampa Bay? Cleveland claws his way back in, and then Tampa Bay wins the ball game with Chandler Catanzaro kicking the big field goal from 59 yards in overtime. Remember, he missed a 40-yarder in regulation. Justin Tucker missed an extra point. That's the headlines in and of itself. His first miss in the NFL, and New Orleans gets away with a victory. And New England, Chicago. Chicago throws the Hail Mary at the end of the game. Kevin White, 54 yards. He needed 55.
Yeah.
Stopped at the 1 yard.
I don't think I've ever seen a Hail Mary come that close but not get in. He's got a first down past the 30. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Goff now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here.
Hey, we got Black 20.
A shotgun snap for Goff. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The Rams on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Harbaugh. It's a party now. Shell. Mike 59. Cut.
Throwing again is Goff. Looking deep downfield. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there isn't a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
And the Rams with a score, touchdown.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On first down, it's gone. Airing it out deep for Woods. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Ron Parker. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Try to get it to Woods. First possession in the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll run again with Hunt. And he gets it down to the 32. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Butker now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Tiger.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Hey, 17 George, watch 17.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Going up top for Kupp. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Got 180.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And his throw here's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
DC, DC. 12. I'm scared. Hey, 5.
Mike, check, 59, 59.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, CD taking a peek at some of the injuries from around the league in Week 7. We did have a few. Quan Alexander on that Bucs defense went down with an injury. They'll be monitoring Sony Michel in New England. Now, remember, they already lost Jeremy Hill, Rex Burkhead out of that backfield, so a couple injuries to note.
Certainly, and Quan Alexander in the middle of the Tampa Bay defense, which was already struggling. They may not get him back the rest of the season. Sony Michel, they're hoping to get him back after a few weeks. Albert Wilson in Miami has made big plays all season long, has a hip injury. That could cost him some serious time, if not the season. LaShawn McCoy, Melvin Gordon, they're hoping to get them back in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, interesting that they won without Melvin Gordon last week. That was a big win. In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Left.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams from 10 yards out. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Butker now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things, and I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's gone. Over the middle, it's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
4 down.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Rams on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go, D.
Line 20.
From the gun, here's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, boys, got 4 down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Back to throw, Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Hey, line 20.
Out of the gun, Goff. And the Chiefs are going to get him. D. Ford able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, made pressure, gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal.
Ready. Blue 45. Blue 45.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
26 right.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Value 1. Watch the safety creek.
Shell.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Had a nice move, but couldn't free much space. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Goff now looks to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. They give it, and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory.
Left. 58 to the mic. 58 to the mic. Hey, tight down. There you go.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Michael Brockers in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's home.